There's an article on Streets Blog NYC that I think is worth reading. It's about this minimum wage law that's pending in New York that Instacart is opposing. I talked about it in my last short video. And in this article by a Sophia Leibowitz, it talks about Instacart's deception as far as their opposition to this law. Instacart is making it sound like the passage of this law, if it happens, would automatically increase the price of groceries themselves. And they have a link to what's supposedly a grassroots group that opposes this, but then you scroll to the bottom and it says paid for by Instacart. But on this page, they've got all these statistics about the rising cost of groceries and everything else. And this is deceptive because if this law passes, there's no reason to assume that it's going to cause the price of groceries themselves to go up. And there's no reason that it even has to cause the price of grocery delivery to go up. That's up to Instacart. All this law would do is require Instacart to pay a minimum wage in New York City that is on par with what other app companies are paying. Restaurant delivery apps and stuff like that. They're already paying this. Instacart would just have to equal that. But Instacart is opposing it, and they're making it seem like if this law passes, then the cost of groceries will go up and everything. But really, it would only apply to people who want their groceries delivered. And as the author of this article points out, that still doesn't mean Instacart has to raise the price of delivery. They could absorb that into their entire nationwide operations, or international, I should say, since Instacart is in Canada too. So I encourage you to read this article. I've posted the name of it on the screen here. And it's very instructive as far as pointing out Instacart's deception when it comes to opposing this law and other laws like it. And of course, Instacart mentions nothing about the fact that their corporate executives are very, very rich, and yet they fight tooth and nail against a law like this in one jurisdiction, New York City, that would require them to pay a wage that's comparable to that of other apps.